Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Remember to vote in the poll and like and subscribe for frostier beverages next time you play. Maybe. In celebration of From Software's latest controller smashing simulator, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I'm building my favorite Dark Souls boy, Siegward of Catarina. He is a knight cosplaying as an onion, and he's perfect for a franchise sustaining itself on the tears of people who don't know how to get good.
I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky.
Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need our layered armor, something extra thick to keep out all the evils of the world. Next, we need Zweihander, which is German for a big-ass sword. Finally, we'll make sure that he can whip up frosty brews that keep our friends healthy and hearty. For stats, we're going to be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, I'm just not sure the world needs more chaos. Constitution is going to be our number 1 here. Siegward is thicker than a Snicker, as the kids would say. Strength after that, heavy armor and heavy swords require some muscle. Charisma next, Siegward is a charming guy who makes Lothric almost feel livable. Almost. Wisdom after that, he makes beer that heals people, so that's gotta require some medicinal skills. Intelligence is on the lower end, he doesn't solve puzzles super quickly, and will dump dexterity, as dex builds are the scum of PvP, and Siegward has more honor than that. Catarinians are humans, and in a world like Dark Souls, we need all the advantages we can get, so go for a variant human. For your feat, take the Heavy Armor Master. This reduces damages from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage by 3 while you're wearing heavy armor. Bump up your Charisma and your Constitution. Take Persuasion as your skill of choice. I fought a demon for this guy, and I just met him. The Soldier background gives you proficiency in Athletics and Intimidation. We're going to swap out that ground vehicle proficiency for brewer supplies because you need something to toast. Level 1, we're going to start as a Paladin. You can grab 2 skills from their list, go for Medicine and Insight. You get Divine Sense, which lets you determine if there are Celestials, Fiends, or Fae within 60 feet of you, or if there's any areas that have been consecrated or desecrated. Lay on Hands gives you a pool of healing equal to 5 times your Paladin level that you can give to someone as an action. For flavor, make it a flavorful Siegbrau, which is German for a yummy tummy drink. Level 2 Paladins get a fighting style. Grab Defense for +1 AC while you're wearing armor. Onions have layers, and so should your armor. You can also start casting some spells. Heroism gives a creature you touch immunity to being frightened, and they get temporary hit points equal to your Charisma modifier at the start of each of their turns for a minute, depending on your concentration. Purified Food and Drink will make sure your Siegebrow isn't poisoned and can be cast as a ritual. Bless lets you give up to 3 creatures of your choice an extra d4 for attack rolls and saves for 1 minute. Again, it's concentration, but as a walking ball of iron, that shouldn't be an issue. But if you don't want to cast spells like a casual, buff your weapon with Divine Smite. This adds 2d8 radiant damage to a hit by spending a spell slot. That damage increases by 1d8 per spell level, so you can hit the bosses almost as hard as they're hitting you. 3rd level Paladins get Divine Health, making them immune to disease, which explains why he's not dead in the Earthil dungeons. You can also pick a Sacred Oath. The Oath of Devotion is for Paladins with a great sense of duty and honor. The Knights of Catarina would fit that bill. You get 2 options for a Channel of Divinity. Sacred Weapon takes an action, but it lets you add your Charisma modifier and radiant damage to weapon attacks for a little extra oomph. Turn the Unholy makes fiends or undead run away if they fail a Wisdom save of 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your Charisma modifier. They can only dash for their action and they can't take reactions. This is due to the demons having a well-documented onion allergy. 4th level Paladins can take a feat. Great Weapon Master lets you make an extra attack as a bonus action when you kill something with a 2-handed weapon. You can also take a -5 penalty to your attack roll for +10 damage. Big sword equals big hit. Pretty simple math. We'll hop over to Bard now for a level, giving us Bardic Inspiration. These are d6s you can give to a creature to add to an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check in the next 10 minutes. You have a number of them equal to your Charisma modifier, so cheer on your allies for honor and victory. You can also grab some cantrips. Friends gives you advantage on Charisma checks with 1 creature for a minute. Everybody loves Siegward. Keep in mind though, when this ends, they'll know that you used magic on them and they're going to be angry about it. Thunderclap forces a Constitution save on creatures within 5 feet of you. They take 2d6 thunder damage. You're at the 5th level. This is a slightly weaker version of Emit Force. For the real deal, grab Thunder Wave, which forces a Constitution save in a 15-foot cube in front of you. Failing that, creatures take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet back. If they succeed on the save, they take half damage and they're not pushed. Cure Wounds heals 1d8 plus your Charisma modifier to a creature you touch. For flavor, call it a nice Estus soup. Now over to Fighter, we're getting our multi-blessing out of the way. 1st level fighters can grab another fighting style. Great Weapon Fighting lets you reroll 1s and 2s on damage die with 2-handed weapons like the Zweihander. You can also reinforce your Estus Flask with Second Wind, letting you heal 1d10 plus your fighter level as a bonus action. 2nd level fighters get Action Surge, letting you make an extra attack once per long rest. Invest in stamina and get greedy for 1 more swing. That should kill whatever you're hitting. 3rd level fighters can pick a martial archetype and we'll go for the Battle Master. You get 4d6 superiority superiority die and learn 3 maneuvers. Rally lets you heal a creature as a bonus action. That healing is your superiority die plus your charisma modifier. Tripping attack lets you force a strength save of 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. Failing it, the target gets knocked prone. I think this is typically thought of as a dexterous move, but if your weapon art is something that launches dudes into the air, I think that works too. If they're large or smaller, it doesn't work, so don't use it on any big bosses. Lunging attack lets you increase the range of an attack by 5 feet, which makes sense when your sword is taller than you are. For both lunging and tripping attack, you add your superiority die to the damage. You also get proficiency with an artisan tool of your choice. Pick calligraphy, I guess? I don't know. 4th level fighters get an ability score improvement or a feat. Tough feat adds 2 HP for every level you have and every level you get, so you can take hits and hit back. Poise is a really great stat. Back to Paladin now. At 5th level you get an extra attack, and keep in mind if you crit or kill something, you can still make a 3rd attack as a bonus action thanks to that great weapon master ability. You can also learn 2nd level spells. Aid gives up to 3 creatures you can see 5 temporary hit points. Magic weapon makes your weapon magical in terms of overcoming resistances and adds 1 to the attack and damage rolls for an hour depending on your concentration. Again, I'm not worried about concentration for you. 6th level paladins get Aura of Protection, giving friendly creatures within 10 feet of you a bonus to saving throws equal to your charisma modifier. No one wants to embarrass themselves in front of a knight. 7th level Devotion Paladins get Aura of Devotion, making you and creatures within 10 feet of you immune to being charmed, helping you prevent yourself from getting tossed down a well. 8th level Paladins get an ability score improvement. More Constitution will make you thicker and help you hold your liquor. 9th level Paladins can learn 3rd level spells. Revivify brings a dead target back to 1 HP if they've died in the last minute. This doesn't restore missing limbs, so if your DM is running a meat grinder like Dark Souls, they may take an arm off the dead person. 10th level Paladins get Aura of Courage, making creatures within 10 feet of you immune to fear, bolstering their resolve to the levels of a true knight. 11th level Paladins get Improved Divine Smite, permanently adding 1d8 radiant damage to your attacks, so say bye-bye to any undead bothering your party. 12th level Paladins get another ability score improvement, raise your strength here. The tough feat should do enough to make you a bulky boy. 13th level Paladins get a 4th level spell. Death Ward keeps a creature you touch safe for up to 8 hours. When something should drop it to 0 HP, they go to 1 HP instead. This only works once, so remind your friends to roll spam after they get hit. 14th level Paladins get Cleansing Touch. This lets you remove the effects of a spell on yourself or a willing creature. Pretty similar to Dispel Magic, and you can use it an amount of times equal to your charisma modifier per long rest. Our capstone will be 15th level of Paladin, and since you're Oath of Devotion, that means you get Purity of Spirit. That means you're permanently under the effects of protection from evil and good, which in turn means that aberrations, celestials, elemental, fae, fiends, and undead all have disadvantage when they try and attack you. You also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by these creatures. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how good of a build this is. First, you are a bulky boy with a high AC and well over 200 HP, and plenty of ways to restore that HP. You can also restore your allies' HP and have auras that make them stronger while they're next to you. Finally, Great Weapon Master and Divine Smite combine to make you almost as deadly as the rest of the world. For weaknesses, your allies have to be close to you to get the aura benefits, and if you're a tank, that means they need to be right next to the enemy. You're also clumsy. Dexterity is one of the best stats in the game, and we threw it away for honor. Whoops. Finally, you took a lot of feats, limiting your amount of actual skills. It's rough hitting level 20 without a capped offensive stat. But you're not a one-man army. You're here to soak up damage and keep your allies alive. If that means getting hit with a giant's machete from time to time, so be it. Just remember to manage your juice carefully. You're in a very dangerous world and never know when you're gonna wish you had some more Estus. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We do new videos every week. I personally love these From Software games, so if you do too, get this to 30 likes and I'll build another one of their characters. And remember to come back next week. We'll be doing new builds Tuesday and Thursday.